Hi, everybody. I'm Bianca Della Garza, and you have to check out Gene Valentino's Grassroots Truthscast podcast. I was a guest. He has the best guests always. Check him out.
16 minutes after 7 o'clock, and on Friday, honored to have with us, of course, Gene Valentino.
Yeah, the studio crowd losing their mind in here because, well, they've been missing Gene. You know, he was out doing his thing, and we missed him for a few weeks. We got him last week, and he's back this week. And Gene, you know, if I could start this off, you know, I was thinking about this last night. You know, heads are exploding in the Democrat Party. James Carvel, he is, you know, probably one of the hardest workers that ever came through the Democrat Party. And really, you know, honestly, I've met him, and I'll tell you something. If you hang out, which I did for a few minutes at the Palm Restaurant in Washington, D.C. many years ago, he's quite funny, actually. And he's actually he's good to be around. I mean, you don't like his politics, but he's a guy you can like, even though you don't like his politics. He says the Democrat Party is lost. Their heads are exploding. They're doing things that they ought to not be doing. And I thought about this, and what I thought is, you know, coming from a law enforcement background, you know, in law enforcement, they teach you that when stress hits you, like, you know, whatever it is, that you will revert back to your training. That's why training is so important. But I think what's happened here with the Democrats is they are reverting back to the only thing they know how to do, which is use the power of law against their targets, the president, whoever it may be. So all we see now are them going to sympathetic judges, trying to stop Donald Trump from doing what he's doing, Elon Musk. They've singled Elon Musk out, just like in Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals, you know, isolate them and, you know, ridicule them. And that's kind of what they're doing with Elon Musk. They haven't even said much about Trump lately, but in any case, they're losing their mind, and they are defending something that is indefensible. What say you?
Well, we said over a year ago that this democracy was being tested unlike ever before. We said that we're approaching almost 250 years in a year or two of this nation surviving longer than any other governance in the world. And the reason we have survived is because the structure of our government has withstood the stresses. And the stresses you're bringing up today, Michael, although different than something else we may have been talking about 6 weeks ago or 2 years ago, it doesn't matter. The system seems to be able to sustain itself because of the structure in which we operate. We are witnessing, and we predicted over 2 years ago, didn't we, the complete meltdown of the Democrat Party. We are now witnessing factions within the Democrat Party, the lunatics you mentioned that are going after Elon Musk, an agent for Donald Trump to do what Donald Trump has asked him to do as the elected official for you and me, is not unlike what Mr. Fauci was doing originally with bad intentions under Trump in the first term, then comes in under Biden and is another tool of government. Now, we're listening to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. just get nominated to the Department of Health and Human Services. And what we're witnessing is his willingness to take a look at the merits of the vaccine that may not be good for you, including this partial birth abortion pill that's now being looked at by Kennedy. The merits of the medicines we take are to be vetted through a clinical trial procedure, which was ignored during the COVID era we went through. The problem is we needed to push something to market immediately to protect the masses. The problem is it wasn't totally vetted. And now that we have a new head of human services in place, he's going to look into it, whether it's the COVID vaccine, the partial birth abortion, or anything else chemical in our systems that are affecting us. We have right now, as we speak, Vice President Vance over in Europe to meet with Zelensky in Munich. And, I'll bet you the luncheon they have together today doesn't have the level of chemicals in it that you and I have in a given meal during the day. And this is what needs to be fixed. I think the Democrat Party has relied on its legalese and its overreach to defend its position. And now the door is swinging back the other way because an Elon Musk, who's doing the same vetting of agencies of government that Joe Biden did, Elon Musk is now revealing things that were not otherwise revealed before. The billions, if not trillions of dollars to be saved is exactly how we will balance this budget and right the ship. Did anyone think that when Donald Trump came into office, he would be sitting around and pussyfooting around for a few months or 6 months or a year? Hell no. He's exploded out of the gate with vim and vigor, and it's all against the wall now. And look at what's sticking. Everything's sticking. It's not a matter of throwing it against the wall to see what's not sticking. He has got everything in motion. Has anyone ever seen a single man move in so many parallel paths at the same time and get things done?
It reminds me, this guy is like the Energizer Bunny. He just continues, just keeps on clicking, ticking, whatever you call it, and he does not stop. They say at night you can see the light on in his office where he's working, late. He works late every night. He sleeps probably 3 or 4 hours a night.
Yeah, I don't know how the human body does that, but he is doing it. It's certainly less than 5 hours a night. That's for sure.
One of the things I want to step back to, you mentioned JFK, who was approved, and we look around and we see in our country that we're eating food that no other country allows their citizens to eat. And then yesterday I heard something that it just clicked with me. The United States has food companies that were bought by the tobacco companies. Now, who was the best at saying something that was terrible for you was good for you?
The tobacco companies, certainly.
If you look at the major food suppliers in this country, they're owned by the tobacco companies. That is amazing. I didn't even think about it, but they're using the same techniques that they used during the tobacco years when they were advertising and telling you that 4 out of 5 doctors recommend a menthol cigarette or whatever it was. And so that's what we're dealing with here. JFK is not bought and paid for by any of these pharmaceuticals, by any of the tobacco companies, by any of these food companies, and he is going to do something about it for the first time in a long time. And we need that to be done because, look, you and I grew up in a different era. This all started probably in the late 70s, early 80s. We were already grown. I mean, I say grown, we were young adults. So it didn't affect us. We didn't see obese kids in school when we went to school. We were slender. You've seen pictures of me. I've seen pictures of you when we were teenagers. We were slim. We looked like, it's hard to believe that you see all of these kids out here today that have a weight problem. It's because of the food that we eat. And I'm thankful that Donald Trump got JFK in there because he's going to put an end to this. I just had to say that.
Well, add to that your point. That's an excellent point. Now add to that one thing. Who's JFK? Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a Democrat who left the Democrat Party, and our umbrella, our canvas, our
Right.
little arena is welcoming to everybody. And Donald Trump thought, Democrat or Republican, that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. would be the best for Health and Human Services. Why, he even had Tulsi Gabbard, a Democrat, now head of national security. I mean,
Right.
does anybody not see? Let me say it this way. How many Republicans have just joined their Democrat Party? I don't think so. But I can tell you there's a whole ton of them coming this way. In fact, this morning on Fox News, Mayor Eric Adams of the city of New York was side by side sitting on the couch with ICE Director, Homeland Security, Tom Homan. And they were talking about a plan that's going to come out very shortly to stick it to some serious liberals in the city council of New York City that just despise Eric Adams for his relationship with Tom Homan. Can you imagine that? One common goal. They both took an oath of office to defend and protect this nation. And because one is Democrat and one is Republican, there's this adversarial tone that's being fostered by Democrat liberals in city council in New York City, as if there's something wrong with Tom Homan. There's something wrong for Eric Adams, mayor, having a relationship with Tom Homan. Why, Eric Adams just turned Rikers Island and created offices on Rikers Island, where the worst of the criminals are, gave Tom Homan an ICE office there to manage and curry the wrongdoers. And then right in New York City, you would know this better than me as a former law enforcement professional, Michael, the police officers in New York City cannot do a call up on a vehicle to identify the car that's just been pulled over. These cops are in risk in a very high hazard area with gang members in Tren de Agua and the other gangs that are roaming the streets, raping and pillaging. And the cops can't even do a search on the vehicle to see what they're driving.
Well, it's that they keep information from them. They don't allow them to know that they're dealing with a gang member that's been arrested. I mean, that's a danger to all law enforcement across the country.
That's right. Well, I think this conversion has just occurred, and Tom Homan put his foot down and said, listen, whether it's Kathy Hochul, the governor, whether it's any city councilman or anyone in between, they should be ashamed of themselves for not cooperating with the Trump administration and Tom Homan's efforts to eradicate, to eradicate ICE, to eradicate the Tren de Agua criminals and terrorists that are lurking in the neighborhoods and villages of our communities. This is a major effort, and the United States government, when Kash Patel's in place with the FBI, Pam Bondi just got accepted as Attorney General, and all these people coming together to cooperate with a prosecution against anyone who breaches or encumbers or impedes the protections of our nation. Stay tuned. I think even major elected officials will find themselves in jail if they don't start cooperating.
There has to be a price paid for this illegal activity that Democrats have been doing for the last 10 years. There has to be a price paid. If there's no price paid, they will continue to do this ad nauseum until somebody stops him. And I think the guy sitting in the White House right now, with the help he's got, folks like Tom Homan, that are gonna stop this guy. We timed that just right, Gene. We're almost out of time.
The Velvet Hammer is glad to be back with you. After all, it's a Valentino thing, if you catch my
That's
drift.
right. Look at your shirt. It's a Valentino thing. I like that.
Happy Valentine's Day, you old rascal. I'll give you a kiss, but you're too far away.
There you go.
What is this, a Democratic convention?
See you next week, Gene.
Take care, everybody. I love it. See you next Friday.
And we love everybody on Valentine's Day.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our first ever mega sale on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save over 50% on this season's flannel sheets. Queen size only $59.98. Kings only $69.98. They sell out fast every year, so order now. Save 20% on our brand new My Crosses. They're designed in the likeness of the one I've worn every day for over 20 years. They come in men's and women's, and they're made right here in the USA. Get our 2025 six-piece My Towel sets for only $29.98. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. And our best-selling standard My Pillows, just $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our first ever mega sale. But wait, remember that $75 free shipping rule? Well, that ship is sailed because right now, every order ships absolutely free.